and we're doing another live stream for you guys today. We're going to start with a warm-up session, and then after the warm-up session, we're going to go ahead and get into maybe some Rokushaku or maybe some sword. I'm not sure yet. We're going to feel it out and see what happens. So let's get started with a nice warm-up. So we're going to start with our head and work our way all the way down the body. So stretching up, nice deep breath in, and looking down. Looking up and down. Going to the left and the right and the left and the right, and going around in a large circle. For all of you out there who are watching this and are in a place that has enough room, get up off your lazy butts and start doing a stretching routine. It feels so much better when you stretch. Go in the other direction. It's one thing to watch, no problem, but it's another thing to actively participate in life. I was driving home today and thinking about that exact thing. A lot of people just watch and go through life by staying on social media and all the other stuff all the time. But you can be on it and be active with all of the neat things that you can do. So get up and let's warm up and let's work out. It feels so good. One hand's active on the backhand and the other hand is going around, reversing directions. Yep, warming it up. Switching sides, switch feet, going forward with your other hand, and the other backhand is also live again. What's up, Hako? I see you saying hi on the live feed. Hope you're doing the warm-up with me, feeling good. Going backwards with the other one. All right. Abu's on as well. We're getting it going here, people. Perfect. Let's go side to side. I think today, too, I might show you guys a couple of my Qigong instructors' warm-ups. They have this really cool routine that they do for kind of letting go of things, like shaking off the day. Say you're driving home and you got a traffic ticket, or somebody honked at you, or your wife yelled at you, or whatever it is. It's good to let go. Oh, Bruce is on. Gabriel's on. Ace is on. What's up, Ace? Hope you're doing great, brother. Hope you're healing up. Everybody send Ace some good vibes. He's recovering in the hospital. He's an awesome martial artist. Big, huge Aikido guy, and we used to throw each other around so much. So cool. Ooh, New York City earthquake survival. What's up, Gabriel? Nice seeing you. Becky's on too. Hey, Becky. This is good. Hope you guys are warming up with me. Okay, hands on hips. Let's bring them around town. You. Warming it up. And go in the opposite direction. Rotating all of your joints while doing deep breathing just feels so good. What's up, Robert? You're on with a happy smiley face, loving life. That's what it's about. Jeremiah's on too. Woo! All right, getting it going here today. On a Friday. I love Fridays. End of the week. Getting ready for the weekend. We're going to do another live class on Sunday at 3. I'm going to put it out there for everybody on the social media posts, on our Facebook live group, all that good stuff. Just for those of you who are on today, we also have a 30-day ninja challenge that's coming up. We're going to go 30 days in a row live, probably 10 minutes to a half an hour every day, and we're going to have giveaways during this. So I'm going to give away the white belt to black belt set. We're going to give away stickers. We're going to give away t-shirts. And at the end of that challenge, we're going to give a secret code every day that's out. For those who write in and know all the codes, we're going to raffle off one of the swords that I picked up from Tokyo sword shop. Super nice sword. Right, feet are together, rotating those knees. And let's get into the ankles now. Put your weight on one side. Rotating that ankle. Go in the other direction. Nice deep breaths. I was reading a really cool article about how if you take 30 days and you implement something new into your life, it can change your life. You could change a habit. You could do all sorts of stuff. So I'm on my own personal 30-day challenge of hanging. So I got a pull-up bar that I've put in the dojo here, and every night I try to hang for 2 minutes straight. First time I did it, I think I made it like 40 seconds or 50 seconds. Now I can go over 2 minutes with a hang. Some nights when I've had a long day and I'm tired, maybe I'll do a minute at a time. You got to listen to your body. Good. Rotating both directions with that ankle. Awesome. Okay, let's flip our toes. So take your toes, crush them over one way, and come back and release. Crush them over again. This is really good for your shins and your knees and your toes, just relieving some pressure points with this. Other side, flipping that over, letting your toes crush. So 30-day habits. When I was in the military and let's say we were going to deploy somewhere, they would take us to a similar base that had the elevation or the weather that that place had, and we would climatize for 18 days. In 18 days, your body can climatize. Okay, let's spread our feet out. Double shoulder width apart, dropping down and stretching to the middle. I like to wiggle back and forth with this, get the blood going. Let's work our hands over to the right side. And for those of you out there who have injuries, take it easy. Do what you can do. But don't just sit there and watch. Get up and move. Do what you can. Every time I've had to go through some type of a healing from an injury, some motorcycle accidents, and all sorts of stuff that I've had in my life, it's movement that always saves me. So you gotta push yourself a bit. And it's awesome. Okay, we got somebody who's looking for a Tagagi Yoshinryu technique. Oh, that's so funny. We just filmed some Tagagi Yoshinryu techniques for the Ninja Training TV channel, the YouTube channel that we put out. Those will be coming out probably next week. And really, really fun. So we did, I think, 3 new Tagagi Yoshinryu techniques. We have put out a lot of Koto-ryu and some other waza from different schools. And I was going through with Kyle, who I do a lot of those moves with. And he goes, let's go Tagagi Yoshinryu. And I was like, oh, sweet. There we go. So it should be really good. What's up, Con? All right, we got people joining, back and forth, stretching out to the side here. It's okay to use your hands so you can regulate. I just got these new mats in from Zebra Mats, and they're super slippery, like amazingly slippery. But that's really good when you're doing traditional martial arts and you're throwing somebody so that their foot doesn't get stuck. Okay, going down to the middle. Let's see how far you can go down. Woohoo! I'm having a good Friday. I'm almost all the way down to my split. There we go. Taking a seat. All right, take a deep breath in. And let it out. All right, we're going to go for the right first, then left, then middle. We're going to hold them for 5 seconds, so we'll count in Japanese because we're doing a Japanese art. So why not? We'll get some extra training in. So deep breath in. Pulling to the right side. Ichi, ni, san, shi, go. Going to the left side. Deep breath in and out. Ichi, ni, san, shi, go. Another deep breath in. Going to the middle. Ichi, ni, san, shi, go. Awesome. We got Grease checking in the house. What's up, Grease? Woo! Going to the right. Deep breath in. Letting it out. Ichi, ni, san, shi, go. Deep breath in and out. Ichi, ni, san, shi, go. And last time to the middle. Deep breath in and out. Ichi, ni, san, shi, go. All right, bringing those legs in. This is one of my favorite parts. Bringing your left leg up, and you're going to grab on your left ankle with your left hand, rotate this foot. This is really important to smush your toes back and forth while you're doing this. I grab on, move my toes at the same time that I'm doing it. All right, Pinja's on. Woohoo! What's up, Pinja? Going back and forth, round in a circle, and rotating the other way. All right, this is a bonus one today. So grab on and use your thumbs and really dig into the bottom of your toes. Dig into the bottoms of the ball of your foot. Work your way down the middle of that foot and the outsides. Grab onto your heel and shake it around there. And then smack that foot really hard. Wake it up. Say, thanks, foot. Helped me out all day. And it's good to make it wake up. Put that foot on the ground. Grab onto your knee and bring the other arm over. Twist. Deep breath in. And let it out and try to look behind you. All the way behind. Ooh, yeah, I love these. I always get a lower back adjustment with these. Good. Releasing that foot. Coming to the other side. Bring your right leg up. Rotating that ankle. Okay, we got some questions coming in here. In the Sanshi no Kata, are you moving to the Naname side or you work on a straight line? Oh, good question. So it depends. If you're doing formal Sanshi no Kata, a lot of times you'll work off the middle line slightly so that you're learning how to get off line. Some people like to go straight back and then come forward again. I've seen it done both ways. When I was in Japan, a lot of times when they would have somebody come up to do a traditional style, they will go offline, usually at a 45-degree angle. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab our hands on both sides of the foot. Use your thumbs and dig in to your toes. Dig into the ball of the foot. Nice. Also, the same question, let's see, on the Kihon Happo. Yes, angling, distancing, and timing is what our art is about. And there are a lot of ways to do the Kihon Happo, and there are a lot of ways to do the Sanshin. And it's really cool to just try all of them. So I love questions like that. When I teach in class and somebody is asking those questions, I say yes. I just say yes. And they go, well, Sensei, you said yes to both questions, the both ways I asked it. And what I mean by yes is, I mean train. Try it out yourself. Try the straight line. Try the angles. Go off at a 90. Try all of it. What does it do? How does it work with a weapon? How does it work without a weapon? Empty hand, with two people, with one person. It's good to try it all. All right, let's wake that foot up too. Clap and smack right on the sides. Perfect. Put that foot on the ground. Go ahead. Deep breath in. Let it out and release. Looking behind you. Really do a deep release. If you feel your glutes tighten up or your hamstring, it's good. Try to see if you can breathe into it and let it go. Awesome. Okay, let's bring the bottoms of our feet together. Grab onto your ankles and straighten your back. When we straighten our back, try to sit up really high here and take a deep breath in. And let out and push down with your elbows. Like the answers, very good for my third cue. Awesome, third cue. Really cool. I'm glad you've been training for a while. It's good to ask questions. And it's good to ask questions from different teachers too. I always tell people to cross train with other instructors. It's really, that's how we grow, is learning. And I have videos from all the instructors all over the world. I've got tons of books. I'm constantly a student, learning more and more and more. I love cross training in other arts as well, because I just love movement, and I love learning about weapons as well too. It's just fun to learn about that type of thing. Okay, here's a new one then. Grow up to your toes. Grab on your toes. Straighten your back with a deep breath. This time we're going to try to pull our head down. See how far you can go, letting your breath out. Oh, yeah. Just got a good adjustment in my upper back. I love it. Okay, grabbing onto the bottom of your feet this time. Stretch out one of your hands and your legs in one direction. If it's too easy, you can go out further to the side and you can come back in. Michiro Sensei. Do I know him? I would probably know better with a picture. What country is he from? Or state? Because I am not sure. Yeah, that'd be good to know. I'm really good with faces. Names, I can't remember names as much. How many people out there are the same way? It's like I'm a tactile touch learner too. I don't learn as good from books, but if I could see somebody do something, or I'm taught with actual hands-on, I could get it right away. And I attribute that from studying movement for so many years too. It's just how I learn. I love it. Okay, so we've got those stretched out nice. We're going to do a cradle technique now on one leg. So you're going to take your elbow and the crux of your elbow, put your foot. The other one comes around, and we're going to rock back and forth. This is a really good hip opener. From Greece. Yes. Okay, that makes sense. I'll look up his picture on the internet later on and see if might have ran into him in Japan or some of the other places. I've been to a bunch of Taikais and Daikomyo-sais. Sounds familiar. Very good. And switch sides. See if you can get your other foot up in there and rock back and forth with that hip. At our dojo, we're saying, shake the baby. I love it. We have so much fun at our dojo. When you're having a good time training and it's light environment, I think you can learn better. It's good to be serious, but you also, some of the best times are with Budoka that are just having a great time together. And it seems like you can learn a lot better that way. Nice. Okay, letting that foot go. Shake those legs out. Let's get into the back a little bit now. So come on up onto all fours. And we're going to arch your back up and look at our knees. And then drop your stomach and look up at the ceiling. Arch your back and look at the ceiling. Arch your back and look at the ceiling. Perfect. Okay, this is a really good one coming up here for shoulders. So I'm going to take one hand, I bring it all the way through the middle, let my head go to the ground, and I point up the other direction. Then I release and I wiggle a little bit around in this. I like to turn my arm around and just get into the shoulder joint. I can feel it go into my back, into my hips. It's really good. Switching sides, come around the other way. Let that shoulder go down and go ahead and go into that deep shoulder, hips. Open them up. Oh, yeah. That feels so good. Awesome. Let's go into a downward dog now. So with downward dog, when I took yoga, my instructor said, splay your fingers out really wide. Try not to keep them together. It gives you a really cool base. And then at first, if your heels don't touch the ground, it's okay. Come up on the balls of your feet. Then push back into your hips.
drive through and see if you can get those heels to touch. You can adjust how far you step back or how far you step forward. Then you can also bend your knees for a second and then spring back up and try it again. Take a couple of deep breaths. Let them out. Let all that tension go. If you had a hard week, it's okay. We're here for you. We'll stretch it out right now and let it go. Nothing like working out to feel better. I feel like 10 times better than when we started already. It's amazing. Okay, bending your elbows, coming through, and look up at the ceiling. Good to move the spine and get lots of movement in here. Wiggle around. Okay, coming back onto the knees, stretch out those shoulders, go back and forth a little bit. Nice. And let's go back into downward dog one more time. Coming up, see if you can get those heels to touch the ground this time. Take a deep breath, push back into those hips, push into the heels, splay those fingers out. Another deep breath. Oh yeah, letting it go. And one more time. Bending those elbows, coming through. And looking up. Woo! All right. Nice one. Okay, so for those of you out there who have some lower back issues, this is a really good one to do. I'm going to lift my right arm and my left leg up, opposites, and push it out. Hold it for 15 seconds. And let that down. Other side, left hand and right foot. We're doing opposites. Remember to keep breathing. Very good, and let that down. Now we're going to do doubles. So we go both arms and feet. Going out. Take a deep breath. Let it go. One more time, deep breath. And let it go. Awesome. All right, let's go ahead and stand up. Okay, so go over a couple of those Qigong exercises that I was telling you guys about with my instructor. This first one that we're going to do, we're going to raise our arms up. When we do this, I'm going to breathe in, pull up all the energy, and let it go as I swing. Now when I swing, watch my knees here. I stack in the direction that my front arm pushes towards. So I'm stacking through the foot, through the knee, through the hip. This kind of off weights the back leg as I come through. And then I breathe in, rise up, and then I sink in the other direction and I stack on this leg. So as I go along, I start to breathe in on the way up, and on the way out, I let it go. And I kind of flick it, right? Like I'm throwing an underhand ball or throwing a shuriken or doing something like that. Coming in, and this is just really good. Starts to feel the stacking energy. You could feel like if I'm going into a move, like I'm stacking on one side, I could move my weight with it. And it gets your body used to sinking, staying in your center, dropping down and in, but with movement at the same time. So it's just awesome, awesome energy, awesome way to get your body to move and to feel all the different ways of movement. It's also a good way to flick away anything else in your body that you're not needing to hold on to. Okay, another good one. I'll do this one sideways. Pretend somebody's throwing you like a huge medicine ball, like a heavy medicine ball, and you catch it. So you catch with your legs and you catch with your arms. And then you throw it back and you bring your arms down. So when I come down, what I'm going to do is breathe in through my nose and kind of like hold it. So I go, I breathe in like, and hold it. And then when I throw it back, I let it go. and I like spin my arms back like this. So we just go. Woo! That one feels really good. All right, the third one. We'll do 3 today for you guys. It's called Trembling Horse. The kids love this one, and so do I. So, did you ever see a dog go in a lake? It comes out of the lake soaking wet, and it just starts to like shake and get rid of the water off of it. That's basically what we're going to do. But what we do differently is we start with our hands, forearms. We start to shake, shake, shake like this. Then we work up to our shoulders, and then we shake out our whole spine and our legs. And at the end, I usually kick my legs out. So we're going to do this 3 times. So start shaking your hands, but really start to shake them hard so you feel it. And then there's 1. Shake, shake, shake. There's 2. And 1 more. Shake, shake, shake. Awesome. Very good. Okay, so that's a different type of warm-up today. Love to do it. So today I think what we'll do is we'll get into a little bit of Rokushaku bow. Rokushaku bow is one of my favorite weapons, and I've got a whole bunch of different Rokushaku bows. I was trying out some new ones, and I gotta say, these new ones from Quan Martial Arts, it's a white oak bow. They come right out of the package, and they're a little lighter than what we usually use if you're going to be, hitting them and things like that. But we've smacked these around a bit, and they haven't dented. And so that's pretty good, because been trying a bunch of different bows and different weapons to try to sell on Ninja Training TV, because I want to see what's going to happen with it and see what we're going to do with this. So let's get into some basics first. So if I was going to be teaching bow at the dojo, first thing you go for is stances. Stances are transitory. Like in real fights, you're not going to just stand there and wait for something to happen. But you might find yourself in a posture at some point during like a fight, and then you're like, oh, I flowed through into Tenchi Jin and then came through with this different one. Or I fell back and was in, Gaidon and came through and ended in Seigon. And so it gives you a reference point when you're starting to do Waza later on. So I see somebody who's asking for Goho Kata. No problem. We could do that one as well. But we'll start with basics. So we have Hira. Hira Ichimonji. Hira Ichimonji. Seigan, pointing at the eyes. Seigan. Chudan, tucks underneath your arm. Chudan. Jodan, straight up and down. Jodan. Gaidon, behind you. Gaidon. And Heito. Heito winds up all the way behind and then comes in. It's like you're wound up, and you could jump with this and move. Tenchi Jin. Tenchi Jin. All right. So from those basics, the stances, we would get into striking next. And so if I had another person in front of me, I would be striking specific parts of their body. And a lot of these strikes are talking about what those specific parts of the body are. But you can also solo train a lot. And I highly recommend it, because if you're going to a dojo and you're training just there and you're maybe going twice a week or 3 times a week, you're not training enough. You should be training a lot on your own so that you can figure out how to use weapons and have it become more natural with your movement and your body. Okay, so with striking, you could think about the bow being broken up into equidistant thirds, so that if I'm going out to one side to strike, I want to use the length of the bow, but I also want to have control. So sometimes I'll be way at the end to do some type of a fling strike, but I can't really do other moves from there. So if I stay in a third at the end, Then I can start to rotate this and do blocks and things and manipulate the bow better. So whenever I'm letting go, I might end up in one of those thirds or one of the thirds out to the end. So when we practice basic striking, the first strike we'll do is to the head. It's called shomen. So I'm going to go and strike shomen. Then I might do the other side, shomen. Notice my hands go to the thirds again. Then we might do yokomen to the side of the temple. So I'll go out with one hand and slide as I step. So I'm using the length of the bow, but I'm also using taijutsu, my leg work to strike. Hatsumi Sensei said a long time ago, if you're going to be using the bow, you need to be using your legs for taijutsu to strike with it properly. So it's good to practice the basics of just striking one side, striking the other side. Always returning to center and coming back and striking. We're doing slide strikes with these because we have a smooth bow. But if I was using a tree branch that wasn't like sanded down and stuff, I might be picking up my hands and striking a different way with these, where I would let go for a second with one hand and not be able to slide. That's why it's fun to make your own weapons and take out all the burrs and things like that. We do that with our Ninjas in Nature program a lot, and we have a lot of fun with it. Okay, so we did shomen strike, yokomen, yokomen. Then we get into do. Do is the body strike. We can just hit with a regular strike side to side, but if you want to start to practice some of the flipping strikes, it's okay to do do with those. You could step offline. You can step with Yoko Uruki. It's good to practice lots of different ways to move with basics and the weapons. Okay, then we have ski. Straight on. Take your bow to the side and use your legs to be part of that ski. Letting it rise in and come forward. You can also ski at the feet. You can ski while kneeling down. It's really unlimited. You could switch positions and have one hand up, one hand down, and ski like that as well. Also doing Yoko Uruki and things like that to learn how to ski with your movement. Okay, awesome. So we had ski on that one. Let's go for Ashibarai. We can use a gate-on starting position and hit with a leg sweep. Ashibarai. Same thing with this. I can row if I want to have a one position, or I could strike with both hands facing down and do slide strikes. I could do the flip strikes as well and go for that position. So there are many ways to practice basic striking. It's up to you to make it fun and to challenge yourself with different footwork and different handwork. There are many ways to do it. This is where you do self-discovery on your own, what it's like to hit things. It's different for me to hit into the air here than when I go hit my heavy bag or I go out and hit a tree. I have broken so many bow doing the strike from Heito and really swinging in hard. And to feel what that's like to generate that much power, you could see where the ninja would pop out and take down a horse and have the samurai come off. And it's like, oh, that's how, boom, a big, huge Rokushaku bow hit from Heito with a jump in it is amazing. Okay, Agiuchi, rising strike. So this could be underneath to the hands. It could be to the groin. It could come in from behind and lift up. There are a lot of ways to think about a rising strike. One of the ones with the distance of the bow, if you're taking on a swordsman, I always think of them in Daijodon and they're cutting down with a kiriroshi, and I could come underneath and try to hit their hands to maybe hit the sword out, or to break a forearm, or to do some type of thing with that. Or I can get low with the knee and come underneath and rise up in Agiuchi to come underneath and hit the groin. I could do it off of spins too and hit and strike. So that gets into our next thing that we'll get into, which is spinning. So hopefully you guys are liking these basics, and this is basically what we do if we're teaching a class. And at our school, we start with basics, but we put fun like moves in with it, so that we're not just doing the same boring thing every day. We do flavors, and then when you get to train with somebody else and do movement with it, it gets really good. Okay, so that was a little bit of stances and a little bit of striking. Now we'll get into a little bit of flow with bow spinning. So 101 of bow spinning is forward spin. Right hand, right foot forward, it blades my body sideways. And I think about just going side to side with this with a single hand and a flow. Notice my hand is not holding super tight all the time. If I hold tight, my forearms are going to get a workout and I'm going to tire out easier. So part of fighting and doing weapons work is learning how to relax and how to hold the weapon with enough strength, but not gripping it too tightly and wearing yourself out with it. Okay, so I've already started to switch hands here. Right hand's going. When it comes to the point on the other side where I can't spin anymore, I just switch to the left hand. And then I can get that feeling of that left side spinning. Notice I'm rocking. I'll go sideways here so you can see it. I'm rocking forward and backward, using my legs to do the spin, not only my arm strength. Then switching sides. I can alternate one side then the other. And if you stay in the middle of the bow, you can really get this flowing. And then you got to learn how to separate your footwork later on when you're more advanced. Then some people always have to push forward and step on the same side as they're spinning. That's basics. Later on, you should be able to just walk with it and move in any direction and have your footwork not be tied into the spin. And that allows you to move in different directions and change all around. All right? So that's forward spin, backward spin. If I'm teaching the first person basics, I hold it in my right hand. I put my right foot forward and I bring the bottom end up and then around. Up and around. Up and around. This is one side. Let's switch feet, switch hands. Now my left hand does it. Rocking back and forth, using my taijutsu, my leg movement to actually move the bow. Using my spine, using my hips. Got it? You can turn directions, one side then the other. Then you can take your footwork out of it. So it's not just one foot always needing to be in that direction. And you can change it. You could change hands, handing it off. One side then the other. Okay, now to make your life a lot easier, you start to use the other hand. And you could pull and push this around so that you could start to get faster spins, but also at any time you can come in with strikes from here and hit in different directions. So the backward spin flows like this. And I could give you guys a little tip trick if you want to think about it. If you're sitting on a motorcycle with the throttle with your right hand, boom, boom, then you come up to a baseball bat and then you come through like a golf club and switch sides. Now you're on this side. The motorcycle is reversed. The throttle is on the side. You don't usually do it. Then the baseball bat is reverse and you come through. So it's motorcycle, baseball bat, golf club. Motorcycle, baseball bat, golf club. After you've got that, you have to let it go so that you can just get back into the flow. Once you're in the flow, it's easy. Move your spine, move your feet, move your hands. Then you could change directions very easily and be moving with footwork and some shoulder pulls, and it gets to be fun. Okay, so there was forward spin and backward spin. We'll do one more today. This will be forward into backward, and then I'll do the Goho Kata for our friend that was asking for it online. So here's forward spin. If I'm going to transition into backward spin, When I'm on my forward and I've taken it to where I can't go anymore, that's where I do my hand change. Right? Now I'm into the backward spin. That's okay. We can go back into a forward spin just by turning and looking. Where the head goes, the weapon will flow. Where the head goes, the body will go. So, forward spin, one side. As I come around, I turn and switch hands and transition to backward spin. Then from backward spin, I go look around and I'm back into forward. Now we'll go the other side. I transition, switch hands, and I come in. So why do we do this spinning? You might need to change positions while you're fighting different people and have them be able to change which direction you're going. So it's good to know how to do directional changes with this bow. And the spin helps keep the swordsman from just rushing in because they might get clipped at any point with this coming up underneath their hands, under their chin, into the groin. Really cool. All right, here we are. Oh, I could see who else is using a bokken to do this. Yes, if you don't have a Rokushaku bow, you could totally use a bokken. You could totally use a hanbo. You could do lots of different things. A broomstick. It gets really good. Awesome. Okay, so for our friend who wanted the Goho no Kata, here we go. Both people start with the right foot back. Starts with 3 spins. 1, 2, 3. On the third one, you hit low, strike high, hit low, come over the top and hit. From that hit, you push down, and now we transition to the other side. Low, high, low, low. Push, and it's every 2 now. Low, high, low, low. It's a push, and again. Low, high, low, low. All right, you guys. I hope you guys had fun with the Rokushaku bow. There's a lot of waza. There's 100-something waza in Kukushindenryu, and some of the other schools actually have some bow waza as well. I also have some bow waza from an Eskrima instructor. A lot of their bows, they keep their hands in the middle and they hit in different ways that we usually don't, which is fun to practice as well. And I hope you guys got a good warm up and that you enjoyed this. It's really fun to work with the bow. It's really good to, try Naginata and Yari. Those had another 3 foot or 2 foot or single foot on the end of those. So that changes the distance when you're coming around on how you would hit with longer range pull weapons. Remember, this Sunday, we're going to come on again and live stream at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time for those of you who are out there in lots of other parts of the world. And if you don't get to see it while we're live streaming, no problem. But as you saw, I get to now see comments that are on the side. And I love sharing with you guys, so ask questions because we might get to some of those comments while we're here live in the class. Also, our new t-shirt is coming out soon. And for those of you who are interested in getting it, it has the 9 schools written in Japanese and in English. And it has a really cool Ninja Training TV logo on it. And that will be also in Japanese and English. And if you'd like that, we just need to know what size you are. So you can email us at info@ninjatrainingtv.com if you'd like to have a t-shirt. And we're also open to other design ideas. So for those of you out there who are really artistic, I can only draw stick figures and things like that from my notebooks. It was funny in the old days when I would train and I'd be like doing stick figures to remember what like some of the waza were, but it was a way for me to study more and I didn't really care how it looked. But some of you out there are amazing artists And we're always open to you guys having us see really cool ninja or samurai things that we could put on a t-shirt or some stickers that you guys might love. So for all of you out there who are artists, please contact me at info@ninjatrainingtv. I'd love to see some of your artwork stuff. And who knows, we might put it on one of our t-shirts that we're going to share during the 30-day Ninja Challenge for our free giveaway stuff that we're going to have with that. All right, well, I hope you guys have a great Friday. I'll see you in 2 days, and I'll put a reminder on there for those of you who are on Facebook. I'll put out a reminder for that, and I'll try to put one on YouTube if I can figure out how to do it. If not, this is your warning on YouTube. We'll be on at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Thank you, Becky, for joining class today, and all the other people. CH, awesome. Thank you for coming today. You guys are on it. We just put a link in our little side chat here. Thank you, Merlin, for doing that. And yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. And as always, keep training.